The sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been delayed until spring 2023. Nintendo made the announcement this morning with the video featuring longtime series designer, manager, and producer Eiji Aonuma, who said, "We previously announced that we were aiming for a 2022 release date for the game. However, we have decided to extend our development time a bit and change the release to spring 2023. For those looking for a release this year, we apologize." Aonuma went on to reiterate the basic setting for the game, which will take place on the ground as well as in the skies above, and then he teased out that there will be even more new features, encounters, and gameplay in the finished release. As he explains, we get a quick glimpse at what seems to be a broken or corrupted Master Sword, and then Aonuma concludes by saying, "In order to make this game's experience something special, the entire development team is continuing to work diligently on this game. So please, wait a while longer." It's unfortunate news, but not entirely unexpected, even with the financial report in February suggesting Nintendo was on track for Breath of the Wild 2 to release this year. The game doesn't even have an official title yet, and other than a few bits and morsels of gameplay we've seen so far, Nintendo really hasn't shared much else. The new release date puts the launch of Breath of the Wild 2 almost exactly a year from now, but the short clip of the corrupted Master Sword, which is kind of like a painful, just tiny little tease, should keep Zelda lore masters busy for a little while as they try to piece together exactly what this game is going to be, and of course, how it fits into the greater world of Zelda lore. There's already been a lot of wild speculation about Breath of the Wild 2, in which some have even suggested that Zelda and Ganon will be playable, which, while those are fun ideas, it seems pretty unlikely given the franchise's history, as well as kind of Nintendo's iterative approach to each new additional Zelda game. You know, Breath of the Wild being one of the biggest departures or return to series form in a number of years. So to see another big jump like that, I think is a big ask, but who knows? We'll see. As far as the Master Sword is concerned, the running theories aren't too outlandish, at least not yet. There are a lot of people having fun on the Zelda Reddit page, and then of course there are Zelda lore keepers who have a thing or two to say as well. We also see in the more recent Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay trailer from 2021 that something is definitely up with Link's arm as it appears corrupted. So now there's a lot of speculation that the corruption somehow spread from Link's arm to the Master Sword, nullifying its ability to fight Ganon. With that being the case, Link will now have to travel the lands above and search the skies to find shrines or a purifying power that will reforge Evil's Bane. It's a fun theory considering the setting of Skyward Sword, which was recently ported to Switch last year, and that game also explains the origins of the Master Sword, which could clearly be another tie-in. Known Zelda historian and YouTuber Zeltik has even suggested in a recent video that we might see the return of Fi, who is a spirit that lives within the Master Sword and is also referenced in the first Breath of the Wild. So even with just this one additional little extra clip, there seems to be a lot of threads kind of coming together about what the sequel to Breath of the Wild will actually be about and what you'll be doing in it. We're really just gonna have to wait until next year to find out. Hopefully we get a new gameplay trailer or story trailer sometime in the summer, but I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of thing doesn't come until sometime early next year. Now, Nintendo was already having a pretty decent year, or was going to have a pretty decent year even without Zelda, so they probably aren't sweating this delay too much. The Switch is still a top-selling console, and the company has already released Pokemon Legends Arceus, as well as Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and that DLC pack for Mario Kart 8, which, you know, just continues to chart. If things continue to go according to plan for Nintendo, those Gen 9 Pokemon games are slated to come out later this year. Bayonetta 3 is potentially coming out this year. I'm not holding my breath, but it's supposed to. It's slated for 2022. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as well. There's also a new Mario Strikers game and the next Mario and Rabbids game, as well as just a shovel full of other third-party titles coming. So yeah, they can kind of just sit back and delay Zelda until they feel like it's ready, or until maybe the next iteration of the Switch drops, which is a whole nother set of rumors and speculation. There are usually 2 to 4 years between Zelda games, depending on if it's a mainline series, you know, just kind of on average, you know, it's not always 2 or 4 years, but it's gonna be 6 years in 2023 when the sequel to Breath of the Wild comes out. You know, the first game came out in 2017. So I believe Aonuma when he says that they're going to try and make this something very special. You know, they've been toiling away at it for a number of years now. And you know, hopefully that's a good thing, and especially since that first Breath of the Wild was so dang good. I have high hopes for this next one. Let me know in the comments what you think and how you're feeling about the delay. Thanks for watching Inside Gaming, and we'll catch you in the next video.